Fastest streamer in the West. Right, I'm just gonna stop streaming that. Woo! And then I'm just gonna, while I'm at it, Logitech,
Oh my god.
camera software. Prio 4K. Guess it's this, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna try and find the thing so that cause it keeps not being sure of what to focus on. So I'm gonna try and find the, you know, you know, you know. Getting started, no community downloads. Here we go. Logitune. Oh, fuck. And now I need to go get my clothes as well. Shit! Right. So we'll start it a little bit later. And I'll also try and... I don't know, just click download, you son of a... Sonobavich, as I say. Yeah. Okay. Okay, just copy this, put that there, put in there. Oh, that's not how we do that. Control V on a Mac keyboard. I'm just gonna do the simple one with our, you know, you know. Promote, boom.
Sure.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna go get the clothes real quick. I'm gonna keep the headset on though, so tell me when I cut out, because I'm interested to know. Yeah. I'm gonna put that there. Oh, drop something. Yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Yeah, and I'm bringing my my big ass traveling bag as well because I don't really have any clothes. Like some sort of, what's it called? The thing you'd put you would put the clothes in.
Hamper.
Hamper, something like that. Yes, exactly. You nailed it. Is there a fucking mouse in my thing here, or is it just alive? It felt very much like something.
Oh, okay, you cut out now. But I guess I won't be able to.
Go.
Huh? You're there?
Coming and going. Yeah, that much. Boop, 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 boop.
I agree. Absolutely.
Like so. Okay. Whoop! Fucking hell, I almost dropped all the clothes. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Aye. I could just. Could you hear me at all while I was in there?
I mean, a little here and there.
Aye, some tidbits.
Few. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I could you should have heard it from my end. Because my headset tells me when it loses connection, so I just kept saying doo 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 doo. And this is, by the way, I'm not exaggerating. It literally went. Dude, pick one. Either connect or don't. Stupid headset. You should think you don't have a fucking brain. Yes, I'm gonna grab this one and put that on. Well, that's not cool. Well, that's not cool at all. Okay, I'm just gonna spread the clothes out a bit because I've been in the dryer, but you know how clothes are. Whew. Right. Open up the window a little bit here as well. Okay, I'm here. Okay. Hakuna Yatatis, calm your titbits, and I don't know, gobble your wobble. Doesn't that sound like a Scottish saying? Gobble your wobble. I think so. Right, so I'm gonna take this. Wait, no, no, I'm not sure what to do anymore. Well, I'll do this. Can I? Nope, cannot. This lighting I'm gonna get. What's this?
Hello.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think yeah, I don't know what exactly happened. I just got like 2 alerts from my computer, and it just I don't know. Maybe because I'm downloading something. For the camera. Yeah, I think that's it. No, right. So, um, so I was sat. I think it was 3 days ago. Actually, I was sat in the bus on my way home, and I was listening to Rebel Force Radio, right?
Mm.
And they were talking about the new Mandalorian episode. They do like an after show of that. And I listen. They both do it live, but I listen on a podcast kind of thing, you know, like an after show, like after the show's after show, an after show, if you like. Yeah. um, Great show, by the way. Watch Rebel Force Radio if you like Star Wars. Or listen to. I mean, that's what I do. And they were talking about. I mean, you wouldn't care. Okay, big spoiler coming up if anyone is actually watching this. Because in the not currently newest episode, that would have been yesterday's, the second newest episode of Mandalorian, he gets bathed in the waters under the mines of Moria. Wait, no, that's the wrong mine.
What?
But he does get bathed in the
Oh,
mines
that.
of. No, go on. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just about to say, like, okay, maybe I can get into this Mandalorian shit.
Oh
So-
yeah, they're doing a crossover, mate. It's gonna be great. No, but so he went down to the mines of Mandalore or whatever. That's what it is, mines of Mandalore. Makes sense. I keep thinking Moria because Lord of the Rings, obviously. But he went down there and he got bathed and blah blah blah, and people kept discussing like whether or not Bo-Katan, who went with him, had a legitimate bathe in the waters as well and could now join the cult he's in. And then they like started talking about like how, you know, for him it was a ceremonial kind of thing, you know, he did blah 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 blah, and then she just like jumped in to save him from something. But in the end, like what really matters? Yeah. Uh, like does it matter that she didn't like talk about like some sort of chant and stuff like that, and then it got into like how some faiths won't let you affirm your faith unless you're yay age, you know, like so and so age.
Oh, okay. This was
Hard turn.
this was actually relevant to the
Yeah, exactly.
topic.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. It like seemed like I just went on a like complete tangent, but this was like like I tried to compress it as much as possible while also.
I'm so sorry, but I just zoned out for like a minute there.
Yeah, I could imagine. So I could see it in your face. You like started like blinking. That's like, this makes sense. No, it was relevant. It was relevant.
Yeah, we got there in the end.
We got yeah. Still a bit, you know, detached from what really I'm trying to say, but it was relevant. It had relevance. So yeah, they started talking about that, and then I was like, huh. What about Christianity? Because they obviously like, you know, refer to Catholicism, Christianity, blah blah, because that's the most common religion in most places that I know. And then I was like, yeah, what do you do in Christianity? Usually you'll get baptized as a child, right? And then you'll reaffirm your faith as a grown up at 14 in Denmark.
Yeah.
At least that's how we do it. But then I was like, yeah, but like looking back at it, I mean, first of all, when I was 14, I didn't give a shit about Christianity. I could not care less. I only like affirmed my faith with a christening because that's what we do. Um,
Mm.
I was very very much of a either an agnostic or just like a straight up atheist at that point. Uh, because it didn't make sense to a like 14-year-old dweeb shithead to care about something that you couldn't see. Like it wasn't like God
No.
had tits for you to touch. So fuck it. Sorry, is that a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? Anti-faith or whatever, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Sacrilegious. What's the word I was looking for?
Yeah. That the thing where you make fun of religion and people don't like it.
Mm.
What's
No,
it called? Uh,
I don't know. I
Blasphemous.
blasphemous. That was probably the proper one. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Yeah, that's more like it. But no, yeah. So like, but like now I definitely say that I am very much a Christian, or at least a man of faith.
Mm.
And I've been raised in Christianity, so that just makes sense to me to believe in God and Jesus and the
Yeah.
Holy Ghost. It's called in English the dove. um, so I was thinking like, well, maybe you should like do away with the christening and then have that at the later time, or like have a third thing where you just you in the church just go in and be like, hey, yeah, I want to say that I am a Christian. Can we do this now that I am 20 or something? What do you think about
Uh, well, I think first of all, it's important to note that some communities do actually do that, uh, where you have like adult christenings. Um,
that?
yeah, and they don't allow you to be christened as a baby. In the more, I don't know,
Straight.
spiritual branches
Yeah.
of Christianity
Yeah. Sorry, can I
would be
just
where you'd find that. Yeah,
I'll just
go ahead.
interject just so that we can hopefully keep Breckham here because he's actually in the chat right now.
Oh.
Exactly. Oh, I sense money. um, you don't have the chat open, do you?
Nah.
No. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll read it to you. Unless you want to open it later on to just read it yourself. But if not, okay. Question just would you like me to just read it aloud for you, or would you like to just find it yourself in your phone or something?
No, you can read it aloud.
Cool. In that case, I'll notify you anytime anything comes up that we could in any way interact with.
Cool.
Yeah, he literally just agreed with you. He's like, "What the fuck you blabbing on about, Dynn? All I hear is you muttering. Right, the story is so vague. I was lost as well. After Dynn's full life story of sat on a bus listening to a podcast, we got there." I was like, yes. Very nice. Sorry, you were talking about how some religions.
Yeah. So within Christianity, some church communities or branches of Christianity do practice adult baptism, which always looks really fun. Like if you've seen videos of it, I don't know if you have.
Not really, no.
But it's like they got like well, at least the stuff I've seen, it's like a full scale bathtub up on this
What?
podium, and then the preacher is in there, and like the water is probably reaching his waist
Right.
or something, and
Oh
then
yeah.
he grabs you and then just
Like
dunks you in the water, and then up again, and
Yeah.
I think that's fun. I mean,
That looks
it's
really fun. Yeah. Yeah. Now that you
yeah.
mentioned like the smashing you into the, just practically like a wrestling match with a priest. I remember it now.
Yeah. Um, but no, I think it is interesting because I'm very much for um, childhood baptism,
Mm.
um, especially because if you're like a fundamentalist, which isn't to say like extremist, like you go out and bomb shit. Um,
Mm.
Fundamentalist in the way that you believe the Bible is actually God's word
Right.
and it's true.
Mm.
Um, then you need to be baptized to be accepted into heaven whenever you die. Um,
Right.
so the thing is, I guess for a lot of parents, it's really nice knowing that you have your kid baptized. So if I don't know, you break it or whatever,
You break it, you buy
yeah, then it's like all bases covered type of thing.
it. Yeah, yeah, I see you now. Yeah,
And
yeah,
also,
yeah.
it's not like something that binds you for life.
No,
Like just because you're baptized, it doesn't mean you can't say later in life, yeah, it's not for me. And yeah,
yeah, you're not gonna get hunted down by
but
the Christian mob or something.
I would hope not. I
You know,
mean,
I mean there are a couple, but
yeah,
every faith, right?
yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean the confirmation we do at 14, I think it is too young. Yeah, because I definitely wasn't ready to say yes back then of my own volition.
No,
Uh, yeah, it was
me neither.
definitely just because I've been raised in a Christian home, and
Yeah,
uh, I don't know. I guess that's what we do. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
but I hadn't
exactly.
really thought about what it entailed
No,
in any kind of way.
mm, mm, me neither.
Yeah,
As we know.
but it does make me interested in, like, I wonder if any church will like let you reaffirm your faith in any kind of way.
I am practically 100% certain that you could set something up, although just like a funeral, you might have to pay a fair amount of money
Mm,
for it.
right. Yeah.
Um, because like you don't know this, but okay, this it's really weird because in my head I've been to a grown baptism, but I haven't, because technically it was still when we were 14. It was right before he got christened. It's a bit weird. Yo, what's up, Ignis? Ignis has now joined the chat too.
Cool.
Yeah, this is
Wow.
two
A lot
two
of
people in the chat.
lot of traffic coming through tonight.
So many people. We've never been this popular. And then it's on the night that you're not home. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Apparently it works.
Too
That's what the
bad.
people want. They want you at your parents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're digging the very old school, slightly worsened sounds you can make with your microphone from the headset.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine. Um, no, as I was about to say, when I was 14, I was getting christened. In my class, there were a guy. We will call him Nils, because that was his name. Uh,
Easy? Yeah.
yeah, he's a pig, right? Um,
Yeah.
so he wanted to be christened like the rest of us, but he didn't get baptized as a kid for some reason. I don't know why. Might have been because his mum was an English woman and his dad was Danish. There might have been a little bit of kerfuffle with that. I don't know. Or maybe they're just like the kind of parents who were like, no, we don't want to push this on our child, and then didn't do it.
Mm.
So he had to be christened or baptized just before he got christened, and it is the weirdest thing because there is a like definite difference between a normal christening and a baptism. Uh, and he didn't get the whole wrestler uh
No.
bam into the fucking waters like he should have had. Thank you, Ignis. I love you. You are my hero. Uh, If you don't know what's happening, so I'll tell you here. Uh, Breckham once again just said he has no idea what I think I'm on about specifically. And then he wrote looks for a mute button, and Ignis said hacks into Breckham's PC, disables mute button. Uh, um, so yeah. No, but it's definitely like it was just like a normal christening. Like he just awkwardly tilted his head into that wee water cradle stone thing in the center, and then he just got splashed with it. Didn't look as good as I did though. I was in a suit too because I was 2 years old when I got baptized. Oh yeah, you don't know that, do you?
No.
No, yeah, I was sexy as hell, which is kind of ironic to say, talking about getting baptized, but
yeah, but I mean, you gotta look your best.
that'd be true.
Might be some cuties there. I don't know.
Hey,
Which might be problematic because it's probably family, but
hey, I had a relationship with my cousin. I don't care.
Cool.
Should probably mention foster cousins, so technically not at all blood related. So yeah. Sounds really fun to say that to people though. Like yeah, I was in a relationship with my cousin. It's pretty cool.
But also, I mean, this might be a bit of a tangent, but
that's what I'm here for.
Let's be real. Under Danish law, there's nothing wrong with marrying your cousin. So,
nothing.
I mean,
there's not a single thing.
I don't know. You might have to be under some sort of scrutiny, but no, I think it's legal.
Yeah, I think it is too. Yeah, I think it is entirely legal. Actually, now I think about
it. But that's probably also as close as it should get.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because it's the thing like cousins and that doesn't really add anything to the gene mishaps. I think like sisters and brothers and mothers and fathers would. I believe cousins are far enough away that it's
genetically different enough.
Yeah, the DNA is estranged. Also, I made Ignis puke.
Oh, great!
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. I'm really sorry. Can I go back on a tangent and tell these guys about the girl that I should have asked for the number?
Oh, you cut out again.
Oh well. I want to go on a tangent about the girl, really quick.
You cut out again. I didn't get any of that.
Oh my god. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna fix this right now. I think it's because of Crisp is online, probably. Crisp being online.
Which is weird, right? Because
there we go.
I mean, you cut out on my screen, but I don't know what's going on over on your end and on the stream. Like, what are people seeing actually?
I mean, they're actually just seeing a big fat you. I should probably put it back to the two of us. I forgot that I'm streaming from mine, because there's a tiny me at the bottom. But that's because your side, your camera is so light, opposite mine, it being so dark. And I was like, if I put your big light on, then I'm lit up without realizing they can't see me. I mean, technically, I could do something about that. I could do a cheeky little thing. I won't though, because reasons. I'll just keep it like this. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm such an idiot. Why didn't Breckham or Ignis say anything? Well, Breckham has his on in the background. Why didn't you say anything, Ignis? Why, Ignis?
I mean, because, looking at me, it's a treat.
Okay, that's a fair point. Actually, yeah, I'll put you back. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll put you. There we go. That's better. Look at how lit up I am down in that tiny corner.
It really makes a difference.
It really does. I am so because you've so much white in your thing, and you fill almost the entire screen now. I'm so well lit up. Yeah, and then I'm just. It's so dark.
I truly am yin to your yang, or
you are. Yeah, you're the light of my life, baby.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, wait. So I've just downloaded something. I'm gonna open up the file. I'm gonna start installing it. Because then I might be able to do something here. Actually, you know what? No, okay, wait. So to keep the conversation going, I will say what I was saying before when I cut out because of stupid Discord settings. I was saying that I wanted to tell Ignis and Breckham about the girl real quick, just really quick, just super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So we see me walking over to buy a scotch called Ballantine's or something like that. Ballantine's, something like that. Scotch whiskey. Um, and oh wait, no, I can't do that because I won't. Oh, never mind. I walk over there to get like the Valentine's thing, and I see this cute girl that I've looked at like so many times because oh my god, she's so cute. She's so fancy. Oh man, do I fancy her? Beautifulest eyes. That's not how you say that. The most beautiful eyes. That would be more correct. The beautifulest eyes. You see, I'm all blood to dick when I'm thinking about. No, but I don't know. She does something. I can't even explain it. And then you know she said because it was called Valentine's, they should call it Valentine's instead. And I was like in my head, is she trying to tell me to ask for her number? And then I was like, no. And then I was like, I didn't hear her right because I had my AirPods in as well. So I was like, what? And then she was looking like, no, I just said like they should call it Valentine's. I was like, but it's with a B. And then she was like, yeah, but it was, never mind. I was like, no, wait, but okay, yeah, never mind. I'm just because my head is just spinning, trying to go like, should I ask for a number now? Is that what I meant to do? What am I supposed to do here? No, Ignis, we can be married and we can have girlfriends. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Don't leave me, please. I didn't ask her actually, because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I mean it's like my my old teacher like to say like
Oh,
it's okay to go shopping, just can't buy anything.
exactly. You can window shop. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say you should be careful window shopping though, because that does lead to buying sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think when I'm out in
Oh wait,
town,
it's
you know.
just
Huh?
your sound just cut out.
Oh yeah, it's working on it.
Mm,
Let's
yeah.
put it like that. It's because I'm installing something, so you know it's going boop boop boop. I'm just gonna do this actually. There we go. Is that better? Did my sound change?
I mean it's fine now. Yeah.
Okay, has it changed at all for you?
No.
No. Okay, cool. Brilliant. So no, yeah. So wait. Yeah, Agnes, I was thinking the same thing. Agnes also just said I thought it was going another direction after mentioning my old teacher. I was just like, yeah. What about your old teacher, Toby? What do you want to tell us here? Did you have a fling with your teacher, Toby?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
You
pretty
know,
cool.
after fooling around, he told me, you can go shopping. You just can't buy anything.
You know how it is, you know, like these Danish Christian schools and stuff. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Wait,
Oh, I
okay.
should clarify that did not happen.
No, that did. I mean, I believe it didn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't technically know. Do you have something you want to share?
I mean, it's not for my sake. Like, I can take it if, like, you and
And the entirety of the internet.
some random people I've never met, but you know pretty well,
Aye,
thinks I had a thing with my teacher. But
that's fair.
you know, I don't want to ruin this man.
Fair, fair, fair. There we go. This is better. Is that better? No. Yeah, no. That's probably for the best for you to not. Literally just sell him on a silver fucking platter. I mean, obviously it'd be hard for people to find him, but you know, there are someone who could see this and just be like, yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna find this guy. It's like, go on with the
So,
fucking.
so his name is, and he lives in.
Yeah, exactly. Is that you, Ignis? Are you that guy, Ignis?
Yeah.
Be honest, Ignis. Oh shit, that is not good. Nope. Contrast. I'm just working on the. Oh no no no.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was bad. Right, but back to the matter at hand. Should faith
Yeah.
have an age limit? Let's just ask it straight out. Should faith have an age limit? What do you think? In any
Um.
way or form. Like, how would it happen if it is, and should it at all?
Man, that's a hard question.
Mm.
Especially coming from the background that we do.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah, right. Like we're kind of biased. Just
Um.
a little bit.
Because I. But then again, like I don't always love being a Christian. It
No.
can be hard. Um.
Yeah.
And definitely has been responsible for some of my more depressive periods,
Mm.
which isn't great. And it's not something that's like openly talked about in Christian communities.
No.
But that's a whole other discussion.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I think it has its pros and cons.
Certainly.
Um,
It's
but
not
I think
black and white.
ultimately it's not so much an age limit you need. You need to be presented more with other world views from a young age.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, my parents are Christians, so they raised me Christian, and it's something we've talked about actually, where they were like, yeah, I mean, we weren't. Did someone say something?
Yeah.
Or yeah,
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Do you want to hear?
yeah,
Yeah. Ignis straight up went, I don't know, about something. I think he talked about the other thing, and then he said, faith should have an age limit, but it never will because parents will teach it to their kids, and there's no way to avoid it. So it's a pointless discussion. Uh, which is fair enough. We'll get onto that point as soon as you're done talking. If you
yeah.
want to finish that.
But yeah, so I have talked to my parents about it, and they were like, "Yeah, we weren't sure how to do it actually, because we didn't want to like indoctrinate you, but also,
Mm.
we don't want you to burn in hell forever." Which
Ah,
is fair.
yeah, that's a good point. Like if you
um,
do believe it, and stuff like that.
yeah, but I
That would
think
be how you think
the
about it.
best way you can do it is, be open about stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it's all right for you to say to your kids, "I'm a Christian. Um, you can be that if you want to, but also, I don't know if you meet a Muslim in your class or a Jewish person, or I don't know if Judaism is something you can convert to, but um,
I I
it's
guess
fine
so.
to follow other religions as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just have to be open. I guess is the short version.
Right. Yeah, I can see that being true. Um. Okay, Ignis also just said my parents are religious, but they don't care if I am, and they never did. They found faith later in life, so they understand they don't need to force it. Yeah.
Mm,
Let's
that's great.
yeah, let's talk about it from that point instead of the faith should have an age limit, but there's no way to avoid it kind of thing. Let's start with the recent point that you just made that you just made, Ignis, that they didn't force it on you. Yes, my parents have been. I think they've been Christian all their lives. I think yours have too, right, Toby?
More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and um, like my parents were raised in it. This is to say, this is my foster parents, the people that actually raised me. I'm talking about. But I also grew up with people who were just cultural Christians, my
Yeah.
real parents. I know that my mother in some way had faith, but she wasn't, didn't go to church a lot or anything like that. And I don't think she prayed a lot. She did. I'm sure she did pray when she felt bad about something or wanted to help someone, just 'cause sometimes that's just something you think you can do, and then
Yeah.
why not do it? Uh, why would you waste an opportunity to help someone you want to help, right?
Exactly.
Uh, uh, um, yeah. Um, so no, obviously there's no. You should never ever force it on your children. But I also don't think raising them with it is forcing it on them. I think it comes more natural that way. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that is okay.
Yeah.
Especially if you're one of the Christians that are of the faith, or at least of the um, at least believe enough in the idea of being forced into, or being like thrown into hell, that you think you might be, I don't know, letting your child burn for no reason. Uh, if you're of that idea and faith and thought, you should definitely just fucking like raise some Christian, because then
Yeah.
what's your other option? There isn't one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, as long as you are open to the fact that uh, if they don't believe it in the end, you shouldn't force it on them, and like even if they start distancing themselves from it at a tender age, um, you shouldn't like pull them back into it. You just like talk with them like you would any other person, I'd say. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
it is just like teach your no, not teach, treat your children like adults when it comes to like um matters of religion or sexuality. Like be
Yeah.
honest with them. And
Yeah. And sorry.
yeah, I don't know. I thought I had something more to say, but I guess that's it basically.
Nice. Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. It's that is definitely um what I think is the right way to go about it. To go on a little tangent then with children, just in general, I just think you should always treat your children like grown-ups. Like, you should be aware of their limitations,
Yeah.
of course, because they are children. But you should always like give them the opportunity to be treated like an adult. Uh,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, and then if
Because
they
they can
don't understand
learn
something,
so much from it.
yeah, exactly. And then if they don't understand something, then you like, dumb it down or whatever you want to call it.
Mm.
Like try and find their current level of understanding that they could like grasp onto it. I think that's very important. Ah, apropos tangents and childhood stuff, treating people like adults. Can I go into a bit of my trauma?
Yes. I
It's,
think I've said it before, but this is a safe space.
I think you said it in the like last episode.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. That means a lot to me. But no, yeah, it's okay. I don't know. Okay, before I do that, I don't know what you're thinking about this, like Pharoes Crypt, but in my head, the idea is that it's kind of a tangent kind of talk show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like that's the
Kind
point.
of shoot the shit.
Exactly. Like talk about something else comes up, you talk about that thing, go back to this view, you get done talking about this new thing, and then, yeah, you move on. Right, my trauma. So, the priest
I'm
touched me in
sorry.
my no-no square when I was. No, 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 I'm joking. No, it's
And
about my
his
sister.
name was, and he lives.
Exactly. No, no, it's actually about my sister. I don't know if she'll ever watch this. If she does, completely forgiven. I don't know if I should mention her name. Is that a bad move?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
probably.
guess so. Yeah. I will say, well, it's not a bad move to mention which sister it is that with it, because
It seems like you really just want to
Tell her to fuck
say
off.
who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just the thing that I like. For example, say like randomly, like my other sister saw it, and she's like, "Is that me?" Like, no, obviously not.
Mm,
Yeah. No, you know what? I won't mention names, but I will say which sister it is. It is my younger sister. Older than me, but youngest of the two of them in my foster family. Which means anyone could technically find her, but why would anyone? Uh, it would be a lot of extra work for literally nothing, because there's nothing in it.
yeah.
Um, but I remember, and this like it actually like came back to me yet again. I think early on in this week or the week before, where I was just like driving around to work. I was like, oh man, why did she do this? And it does happen sometimes. As I said, she's very much forgiven. I'm completely okay with what happened now, as much as I can be. But it just was such a disappointment to me. Like she would treat me this much like a child. I was like, I don't know, 12 or something, 13. I had my own mobile phone, so I wasn't a child. I was a grown up.
Yeah.
My good old Nokia, uh, metal and black colors, glossy black. Thank you. Listen to music from that, and that's where the story starts. I was listening to music, doing homework, and she didn't think I was doing enough of my homework while listening to this music. I was procrastinating. I'm a literal god at procrastinating. I could do anything really good as long as it's to do with procrastinating. Um, um, so then she came over there and she was like, "No, I'm gonna take this away. We're gonna leave it out there." She's like, I'm like, "No, it's my phone." And she's like, "I'm gonna leave it out there." I was like, "Okay, that seems fair enough." And then I was like, "Okay, okay, 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 fair enough." And then she left it in a thing just like over there in the back somewhere. And I saw her walking, and she looked so fucking guilty. And I was like, "She's fucking taking the phone with her. We made a deal, and she's taking the phone with her. That's not cool." So I went out there to check, and then I yelled at her. Like, I opened the door, and I was like, "Dude, you told me you'd put the phone there." And they're like, "Yeah, no, but I knew you were gonna come take it." I was like, "Dude, you didn't give me the chance to
Yeah.
prove anything. Like, you can't just like take away the chance for me to prove that I would have been honest. If I then proven that I would have been dishonest, then you take it away, like on your person." But yeah, I keep thinking about that because that was such a moment in my life where I really care about people showing me trust,
Mhm.
and I felt so distrusted in that moment. It's fucking like I couldn't take it. I got so mad,
Yeah.
and it keeps coming
I,
back to
I
this
will
thing.
always. I will also say, I don't know how things worked back at home for you, but
Hmm.
at my parents' place, that would have definitely earned me like at least a 10-minute lecture on how it's not my responsibility to educate my younger siblings.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think that ever. Like, I'm pretty sure it never actually got to my parents.
Mm,
Because as it is with victims, we tend to keep it to ourselves. um, but no, yeah, no, I don't think it ever went there. Exactly, Ignis. No, no pudding for me if I don't finish my homework. You got it. You listen. This is exactly. Ignis nailed it. He was there apparently looking in the bushes.
yeah,
He quoted her saying, "Hello, Dinny boy. Why haven't you finished your homework today? No chocolate pudding for you." He even called me Dinny boy before I had the nickname Din.
yeah.
Amazing.
I mean that must mean he's a time traveler, right?
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Well, she is, because she was the one that called me Dinny boy.
Oh,
He just
yeah.
like knew it because he was in the bushes because he's a peeve. Perv. Perv and peeve? Ah.
Yeah, P means like a nuisance, right? Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. So, perv and peeve. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That could work. Um, yeah, no, so like that, just like. As I said, if she actually watches this, I am as Soviet as I ever will be, and she shouldn't feel bad about it. Just making sure, because like. No, cause like I could imagine she would feel bad about it. Me
Yeah.
saying this
No,
now.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at it.
No, no, it's not good. It's just like
But
like
it's just it's so funny to me too. Like go live and be like, "Oh yeah, here's my trauma, and but I'm totally over it. No worries."
Oh yeah, like that's also the thing.
Like,
But but you know what I mean, right? It's like I'm
yeah,
definitely not over it, but like I am over it. Like, uh, it's not
yeah.
something she should feel bad
I,
about.
I mean, I do the exact same thing. Like, cause,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I've been thinking. Actually, this whole religion stuff with kids and is kind of a moot point for me because I think it's kind of immoral to have kids at all, like in the first place. Um,
That's true.
and that's something I've I've struggled with my parents. Like, why did they have me?
Mm.
Um, Especially knowing that they aren't themselves like 100% mentally stable.
Oh right.
Oh, okay. That makes them sound like
That's
psychos.
really bad. Yeah. You know, they
No,
threatened me with a
I
knife,
just
but it's
mean
cool.
they we have like mental disorders run in the family.
Yeah.
Um,
As in most, if we're being honest,
but
I
yeah,
think.
yeah, and whenever I talk to someone about it, I always feel the need to say, but it's not like I'm mad at them now.
No.
Like it's
No.
water under the bridge, right? There's nothing we can do about it now.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's not like you
but
don't need
that
them to
that
apologize. It's just
yeah, but I
the
still
thing.
want to voice my contempt a
Yeah.
little.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, of course. Like the thing, it's not gone. It's just like you don't need them to act on it specifically. But you know, if you
Mm,
mention it and they could just like shrug a little bit, that'd be nice instead of them saying, "Don't talk about
yeah,
that." You know, that's kind of yeah. I think I think though, like you know, with like you know, you said that you have what did you say you had? Did you say you had disorders or did you say mental disorders in your family or whatever it is?
yeah,
Yeah. Uh, I honestly think a lot of families do, but they just don't know about it.
yeah.
I, like
That's probably also true.
yeah, I think like the majority of families have big issues that they just like have never, you know, either they've never at all tried to grasp at it or they've just never like in a professional way tried to grasp at it. Um,
Yeah, I mean, and I guess that's one of the good things about like, should we say, millennials? Why did that sound weird? Millennials?
it's because you're
Is
saying
that
it
how you
weird.
say it?
It's millennials. You're doing
Millennials.
a weird like roll of the L when you're saying it. What
Yeah,
are
I
you,
don't know.
Italian?
Millennials. And Gen Z and up are more open about this mental stuff
Mm.
in general. I think that's great because you catch stuff faster and they can get help. But it's also great for like the older people in their families and stuff. So I was diagnosed with ADD about 2 years ago, a year. Nah, 2 years
Year
ago,
and
I
a half to
think.
two, yeah, probably about two
Yeah.
now.
Um,
Oh, oof.
and my parents have been really great in helping me and reading a lot of books about it and what they can do and stuff. And then all of a sudden my mom comes up to me and she's like, "You know what? I think I might have ADHD or ADD or something actually." Right?
Yeah,
I mean, I just never really considered it.
yeah, there
But
you go.
there's a lot of things that like ring true for me here.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing.
And
Like,
I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, I mean, it is genetically passed on. So,
yeah, yeah. So you know, it would make sense.
yeah,
We have a new person in the chat that we've never met.
really.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know who it is at least. Maybe if they identified themselves, I know. Their name is like you know, Ignis is Ignis, Breckham is Breckham. She is named me question mark. And I can't
Oh,
quite see the picture well enough. Technically, it could be the girl that I should have asked for the number earlier today. Um, but no, it is definitely not my sister Ignis. Because he gave me a straight up F. He was just like, F in the chat, boys. Didn't say that, but he did throw an F in there. It's like, is she your sister? If, no, no, that is. I mean, if it is, that's my sister catfishing. That's all it is. I'll tell you. No, yeah, that's so cool. Welcome to the chat, me.
I would like to welcome
Oh,
me to the chat.
exactly. Oh, she came from Discord. Wait, which Discord? Pandas or mine? I'm guessing mine. And then I want to say that it's oh, why is it that I completely block out names? Like my brain just doesn't do names. Uh, I have it like it's right. I see it in here in my brain. You know that? Like you know, it's like the image is right there at the forefront, but
Yeah.
it's just not coming out. And it's an Arabic speaking person, and it's member list, please. Where do we have the member list? Member list, member list. Yeah, it's something that always makes me think of the word her or hinne. Hinne? Hinne?
Hen?
No, but that's not it. Like it's I can't remember what's the name of the nickname. It's close enough, right? Yeah. Like what is it? Can you please type it out? Because I'm like hind. Thank you. There you go. That's hinund. Yeah, exactly. Hinund or hind or something like. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. No. It's hind or hinund. I don't know. I can't quite remember how to pronounce it because
Mm.
obviously I'm a retard at this sort of language. I do not know it well enough. All I know is sachin, um, which I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing correct, but it means knife.
It means what?
Knife.
Oh,
Like dagger.
knife.
Dagger is
Okay.
probably more correct, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were just pronouncing nice really weird.
Yeah. 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 No, it's Hanund or Hind. Yeah. It was here. I've used to play a lot of Valorant with her. Well, yeah, we've played a fair bit of Valorant, I'd say. Ignis also played with her. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking dope
Cool.
having you here. It's been a long time, Hind. Let's go with Hind.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just follow your lead on this.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. I do the same thing with Lisa. Like I switch a lot between calling it Jack, Jackinaya, or Lisa. Because her actual name is Lisa, but her name online is Jackinaya for some reason. Yeah, very long time indeed. So, do you have an opinion on Faith, Hind? To bring it back to that, to get away from my trauma.
Yeah. Yeah, this has been the weekly trauma dump.
Yeah. Big time.
That's actually what it is. This is just therapy for the two of us.
Definitely, most certainly. Like that's what I'm using it for. I don't know why you are doing it, but that's what I'm doing it for.
I don't know.
You don't
Like
know.
back in 2013, some weird dude came up to me and I was like, "Hey, you're my friend now," and I was like, "Okay, sure." I don't know.
Okay.
Now we're here 10 years later.
True. I do actually like. I think back a lot and like think, how did we actually become friends?
It was
I feel like it was like the last for like last bit of first year, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
Like
gonna be weird if I'm like super specific about this?
no, that's gonna be very sexy. That's gonna
Oh,
earn
okay,
you. That's gonna earn
okay.
you some brownie points, sir.
Because I remember after the spring concert or gala concert, whatever we called it,
Oh
instead
yeah.
of tidying up downstairs, we went up to Simon's room uh, and watched ASDF movie.
You know, like good people do, like good Christians do.
Yeah, yeah.
At the Christians. Shit. We're not making a good case for Christians here, I'm telling you.
We're really not.
No, we are not.
But I don't think I was at any rate. So,
I mean, you and me both, buddy. You and me both.
but
Ign-
then at the end of the year, we always did that camping trip at school.
Yeah.
And that's like I think we talked a lot there.
Yeah, I feel like we did. Because that's
Yeah.
where I remember us talking a lot. I would just want to add to it. Um, Ignis just said, Ignis is such a brown nose sometimes. He just said, I just reference, Hinund is amazingly talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique person, and a Valorant player. She wasn't all this as a Valorant player. I wanna clarify. She was this and a Valorant player. He says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's definitely right. Like we both know that as well. You haven't even met her, but you know
Yeah.
this already. So you know. There's
Yeah. I
no
mean,
arguing with
just
you.
the vibe I'm catching right now.
Yeah.
It's totally different in the chat after she showed up.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, and that's not even like entirely joking. Always a little bit. I can't. You know, I got my Chandler moments. I can't stop joking. But no, like no. Hind is honestly amazing. She's awesome. Yeah. Great person to talk to and stuff like that. Great person. She never answered me about the entire. Hey, and Bix this joint.
Oh!
This is 4 people in the chat. 4 people in the chat. I can't even. Ah.
It's too much.
It is too much. I'm thinking we're gonna extend this to at least like go until 2030, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
2030. How long have we been going for?
We're almost like done with an hour already.
Oh, okay. So you mean 2130?
No, it's. Oh right, it's because my Mac is. Oh yeah, it's because. Oh yeah.
I mean, we can go for like an entire day, but
Yeah, let's go for it, bro. Fucking streamathleon. And yes, Toby is under a duvet. I
I
guess.
am, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this bastard woke me up saying, we gotta go.
Yeah, because that bastard wasn't aware that it was Thursday. Or at least wasn't
I
aware
was
that actually
aware it
officially.
was Thursday. I just forgot.
That's fair enough. Yeah, that's what I did last week. So you know, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up at like what was it, 23 o'clock or something, and it was like, wait, we should have done Pharoes Crypt today. I was like, too late. Nobody didn't call me, didn't message me. It's his fault.
It's my fault. I can live with that.
Yeah, this might be why you know you're a bit depressed sometimes, Toby, because I'm just blaming you for everything that ever happened that I ever done wrong.
No, you don't get to take credit for that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
all on your own.
Please, can I? It seems like a pretty major accomplishment on my behalf.
Yeah, I'm writing my acceptance speech. Bit by bit, adding stuff to it. That I don't know.
Nice.
Either goes in, I don't know, my eulogy or suicide note or
Why
I
not
don't know,
both?
whatever.
Why not both?
Why not both? Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I
Right.
mean, it's a power move
It
to
is.
like send a eulogy about yourself to like a newspaper or something, and then
And then off
this is so
yourself.
wrong to joke about, but
Yeah.
and then off yourself, and then it gets published. No, I'm not
Dude,
gonna. No.
honestly, I know a couple of people who have been on the like, you know, end of like the rope. Not literally. I only know one who did that. Is that a bad joke to make? It's just facts.
I mean, we're here now.
Welcome to the facts with Dynn. Um, no, yeah, but I know a couple people who like myself who have been on the like, is this the time to just, um, and I will say if they do that and they don't, first of all, like as we talked about last time, tell us and blah blah blah, all those rules we were talking about last time,
Mm.
and then like, and write their own fucking eulogy now. If they miss that opportunity to be that boss about leaving the Earth, they fucked up. That's all I'm saying. They fucked up. I'm slapping shit over here now. No, but like honestly, that'd be boss. That'd be boss.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's a terrible thing, but
Oh yeah.
when you're in it, you gotta have your fun with it. I
Yeah.
guess
Like,
make the
you
most
know,
of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, just like that comedian, Scottish comedian who had his sibling die in a car crash, who just made an entire comedy career of it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember what he's called. Something D, I think. Yeah, he's very funny though. It's a very funny show. It is a bit of a spoiler though that I said that because he doesn't really reveal that until at least halfway through the show, or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, because up until that point, he just talks about how he has a handicapped sister, uh,
Mm.
an impaired sister, if you will. Um, Peekaboo cat. Cat? What cat, Ignis? What cat?
Not on my end.
No, not on mine either. Is that a cat in here? You might be seeing my rat that I've been trying to get rid of. Oh, emotes. Wait, what emotes? What cat emote? I don't think I do. Maybe I don't see the emotes. Okay, Toby, I'm gonna need you to enter the chat and then on your phone and then like keep an eye, like check that shit, cause I don't see any like. I'm just seeing hints, like crying happiness emoji. I hope you're doing that too. Cause like there's nothing coming up here at all. Oh wait, is Peekaboo Cat the emote? We'll wait for an answer. Have a bit of silence for it.
How are we doing chat wise after this whole suicide debacle?
Well, Ignis said Peekaboo Cat after the whole thing. Besides that,
Oh,
it's been radio silence. But hey,
yeah.
I'll look in Discord. Give us a second here. Yeah, it's genius though. This like that I've installed Windows on my Mac, and now I can actually use that for streaming. So
Yeah.
if people like if you look at the stream from I think yesterday when we were playing Mario Kart, me, Breckham, and not Breckham, me, Bixen, and Alex. It's it's literally just me cracking up and having a shitting amazing time by myself, completely going off the rails, just mental. um, but yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
It's great because I'm home with my parents at the moment, but uh we can still stream because
yeah.
you got your shit together.
Hey. But yeah,
I hope they don't hear too much of this. Like,
need too much of what? Oh, your parents?
yeah, I mean, I've been pretty honest tonight.
Oh yeah. Ooh. That could
I
be
don't know.
awkward. I mean, at least you're coming out in some way, and that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not the ideal way to do it, but hey, you gotta take what you can take.
Yeah.
Sometimes, in my case, that's a dick. What can I say? Hey. Apropos dick, let me get my dick in camera. No, yeah. So apparently there's a lot of emotes in the chat that I'm just not seeing on OBS because apparently OBS just doesn't show
Huh.
me this. I don't know if this is
Yeah.
testing
I
for
mean,
it
I'm
or
not seeing anything either.
no.
I don't know.
Me neither, buddy. Me neither. But whatever, man.
So, the description for the video mentions other things, right? Like, whether other things should have
Age limit.
age limits.
Yes.
Well,
Let
what do you think are some other things that need?
I will kick that off with a simple thing that definitely should have a lesser age limit in America. Drinking. Jesus Christ. You are
Yeah.
not. It's not okay to send people off to war before they can drink. That is not cool.
No, how are they going to deal with the trauma?
Exactly. What's the coping mechanism gonna be? Therapy?
Yeah.
You're being funny. Also because they wouldn't have the money for that either.
Yeah, I mean, vets are treated terribly over there. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I actually. Ah, here we go on another tangent.
yeah.
Welcome to the Tangent Show. I was at Simon's Tuesday, sleeping there till Wednesday, and we started talking about therapy and stuff like that. And can I talk about what happened to you recently when you called me, like where you had been? Is all like.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, like you called me from, I suppose in English it would be called a psychiatric ward, wouldn't it? Sounds really
Yeah.
aggressive, but that is the English word for it. It sounds fucking nuts when you put it like that, but yeah, that would be the English way to put it, I think. Um, and I immediately, like, visually and with words and like with tone, just like clearly stated how I feel about how the Danish system treats people who are currently trying to swim in the deep end and are not having much luck with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which I believe, to put it simply, I think for the first time in a lot of years, I've heard you call someone more or less translated to a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
uh, pretty much. Which obviously, I'm sure you're not really blaming the person sitting behind the desk, but
Yeah, it's more the system.
yeah, yeah,
I know it's not really their fault.
no. But she was the one sitting there, so obviously,
Yeah.
her face is the evil face that you see, because that's how it works. Um, she was the one with a shitty appointment, shitty deal, that had to deal with telling you that, because you came there, but you didn't have, like, you hadn't harmed anyone else and you hadn't harmed yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you practically have to do that, either harm yourself or others, or they will turn you away.
Exactly.
And that is like completely insane. Obviously, I understand why. I'm not saying that I don't get it. I'm just saying it's not okay and completely fucking wrong way to do it. Um, he started going off about how, because he thought I was being, defensive because, I mentioned you having called me and, where you was. And, then I don't think I divulged too much information. I hope that's okay.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, because you seem like in general you're pretty open about this stuff.
Yeah, I try to be.
Yeah.
Because I didn't used to be, but that really didn't help me. So
No. Yeah, and I mean, like, what's gonna happen? Eh? Like, what's the
yeah,
worst that can happen? Are you gonna
exactly.
become suicidal? Fucking beat you to it.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, my mom was an alcoholic. I grew up on dark humor. This is
Yeah.
my shield.
I mean, they do say it takes trauma to be like truly funny. So
Exactly. Uh,
oh
honestly, I think that's one of my better jokes.
yeah, it really is.
Ah, no, yes, we were talking about that, and he thought I was becoming defensive, like because he was somewhat defending the system and stuff like that, and and he thought I was becoming defensive because he thought he thought I thought he was shitting on you through it all, and I was getting aggressive because the system didn't take care of you in it, which obviously, yeah, that pisses me off to like
Yeah.
such an end. But that wasn't what I was just like. I'm just generally pissed at the system because someone else that I know got in there. I'm keeping this very bland for reasons. I'm completely anonymizing this person, but they got in there without having harmed themselves or others. But that also took specific wording or like possibly lying and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is fucked up.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
yeah,
But that I mean that makes so much sense. That is really what it feels like you got to do.
yeah.
Um, Also because uh, when I saw a psychiatrist, I took like a test,
Mm.
and that said I had a tendency to, I don't
Underplay.
know, no overplay like how bad I'm doing.
Oh.
Like I think it's worse than it actually is.
Mm.
Um, and that's something I'm really mindful of now. Like,
Yeah.
I have to seem like I downplay stuff,
Mm.
but obviously that's not good when you're feeling real shitty.
No. Also, would you say that that's correct though? Like,
I don't know,
'cause
man, because like on the one side, I know what I'm feeling, and it's not good,
yeah,
right? Um, but on the other hand, uh, a psychiatrist is the professional,
yeah.
so I don't know. It's always iffy
Can I give?
to do like a specific
Yeah,
to have specific answers for like your brain and mind and stuff.
anything human really can't be put down into numbers like we're trying to
Mm,
do,
yeah,
and that's also always very important to remember. Can I give my cut at it though? Like, as you called me an empath last time, as an empath superpowered person.
yeah,
Because I think whoever that psychologist is, to put it well, I think they were right to maybe think so, but they were definitely wrong to say so, because I think they're wrong, entirely wrong.
mm,
Because I mean, if I were to, again, I'm not a professional, but I will say in my defense, the psychologist I saw told me that I was working with feelings and emotions in a very professional level about myself. I was being very objective about myself, which
yeah.
would take a certain amount of professionalism. So without ever having taken the education, I would say that I have a fair amount of, you know,
Experience.
experience. Let's put it like that.
Yeah,
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Because I mean, yeah, I would actually like. I could see you doing more what I tend to do. Uh, which is I could see you like in certain situations you might have if you open the dam, it all floods out, which could make it
mm,
seem like you're exaggerating a point. But in reality, this might just be like the one time that you by happenstance let go and it all just comes up, you know.
yeah,
Uh, Whereas I think in general you try to be nice about it, uh, because that's oftentimes what I do. I'm like, yeah, but also having an understanding of it. Is it okay to like put it in this like bad of a lighting? Like can I be honestly saying this to someone because blah blah blah.
yeah.
So you underplay it a bit instead.
That makes total sense, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
would
also, like, yeah,
imagine.
you tend to bottle stuff up, and then it explodes at some point, and it seems like,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, sure. If that was really the case, you would have come forth way earlier.
exactly. That's the thing. So I could see why a professional would think that you're overplaying, but I think instead you're
Mm,
typically underplaying it, like downplaying it, and then it just happened to come through at some point, and then it seemed like overplaying. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Does that sound about right?
yeah,
Yeah. Uh, because that's definitely something that, because I mean, I think we're very like in somewhere along the road we take a very different turn, but I think a lot of the road in how we express emotions and how we feel, I do see a lot of similarities. Uh,
yeah,
I don't know if you can see that at all being true.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, which is also why I think like we're both very good at just being honest about how we might feel a little bit on the end of the rope.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I don't think that is us overplaying anything. I think that is just
mm,
you know sometimes
yeah.
that's the
But
truth.
like, I guess, I mean, bright side, it's a learning experience that you can go to therapy and I don't know, get diagnosed or whatever, and you can say, sure, yeah, some of that makes sense, and maybe there are some things here I can use to, help me get my life together. But ultimately I gotta listen to myself and do what works for me.
Exactly. That's the thing. Uh, I definitely think that's the only right way to go through it. I remember also a lot with my ex-girlfriend that she'd always try to find that uh, that answer from her therapist, but she was also
Mm,
not really like very forthcoming with what she was dealing with. She had a hard time, expressing that.
yeah.
She had already been to the psychiatric ward once before, and I will tell you, I am happy you didn't get put in there. Uh, not just because of how it may sound, but just because from what I've heard and from what I always imagined, that can hurt more than it helps. Like in the very spur of the moment, sure, it might be good. Um, but clearly it doesn't function in the spur of the moment as we saw here. Uh, which is kind of the
Yeah.
issue. Yeah. Uh, but like let's take an aggressive example. You know in those movies when they put you into the psychiatric ward, it's all just like white walls and no stimulation. That would make you insane. Literally ruins your brain more than it helps you. Uh, it isn't entirely like I remember her having had her um fucking computer charger taken away. Because
Really?
because they were afraid she was gonna choke herself with it or something.
Huh.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. That's the level they're operating at in there. But that's like I don't think it's functional thinking that it's only those kind of people who will find any excuse to kill themselves that need to go in there, because you need to be working with this in the pre rather than the post, right?
Yeah.
That's anything you look at. Working with it before it's a real thing is better than after.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. You can always use glue on the broken jar, but it's clearly been glued back together. There are cracks in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually, I mean, just to add on this shit pile on the system,
Yeah.
uh, I was calling up some therapists around Odense the other day. Uh, yeah, because I got like ticket from my doctor who were like, yeah, we'll pay for some of it or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and then a lot of them were like, oh no, I called one specific one that were like, yeah, we don't actually accept new patients now. Uh, and the government actually did a great thing not long ago in Denmark, where 18 to 24-year-olds get free therapy,
Right.
um,
And
which
then
is great. But there are too many people who need it. So now this clinic I talked to were like, yeah, we're only allowed to accept 7 people on that like on that
yeah,
payroll a
yeah,
year.
yeah.
I was like, 7 people a year.
That's not a lot. That is barely anything.
Holy shit. I mean,
Like that is
that
crazy.
that's nothing.
No, really, nothing at all.
Yeah.
Like that is mental.
It's
You know.
just crazy. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot
It's
of
good it's there.
goodwill towards therapy, but there's just no money for it.
Yeah. Exactly. Which is like sending thoughts and prayers. Like yeah, that can help. But also, how about we do something also? Uh, talking about faith. uh, I'll say that thoughts and prayers don't help. As I said, it's a good thing to do. But I do
Hmm.
think that, God doesn't intervene personally. That he might have an action that you don't see but feel or something like that. But in general, if God is real, he intervenes through other human beings, it seems, or other
Yeah.
some things
Yeah.
on the world. Yeah.
I think I'm more or less on the same page there
Yeah.
because I think prayer is one of the hardest things about well, from my perspective, Christianity, because especially going to summer camps with other Christians, and everybody has this story of them being, oh, I prayed for this thing and it totally happened, and it really strengthened my faith in God and
Mm,
made me a rock solid foundation and
mm,
all that bullshit.
mm.
And I was always left standing there being like, yeah, that's great for you.
Yeah.
What does it mean that I never experienced that? So I don't think, I don't know. It's a working theory.
Mm.
Um, that God doesn't necessarily listen to prayers, or but it's more of a psychological effect for us.
Yeah, it's the
That we have the big man in the sky we can tell anything to.
1 second. Have a good dinner, Ignis.
Hey, have a good dinner. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here. It means a lot, honestly. Uh, yeah. So we're going. We have a big man in the sky.
Yeah, who we can tell anything to, and he doesn't necessarily listen or intervene, but just psychologically, it does something for you just saying it to
Yeah,
something. It could be God, or it could be,
a
I don't
dog.
know, a tree, or
Yeah.
just physically thinking. Does that make sense to think physically?
Well,
uh,
just actually thinking.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's better word.
um,
Physically think. I mean, you could
yeah.
think
You
physically, I
you know
guess,
you
but
grab your brain and then you poke it.
yeah,
No, but yeah, that manifestation of your thoughts, I
yeah.
think, uh, does something psychologically.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think you're right. Um, what's that thing called when it's a pill but it's actually nothing in it? It's not actually medicine.
Placebo?
Placebo. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
It's the
is
placebo.
exactly the
Yeah,
way I think it works. Yeah.
yeah. I think like that's the thing. Like, sure, because I believe in something bigger than us, I do believe that God can exist and sometimes does do something. Because I don't know, why not? I mean, if he's actually there, 1 in a million chance that something happens to you. Sure, seems plausible.
Mm,
Um, but I do also think that in general, it is most likely that it's a very great placebo effect that's
yeah.
taken hold here. That's also why, like, I've come like you pretty much like explained my theory of God to me. With the whole like I believe that God is like us looking at an ant. He can't do everything like we think he can necessarily, but he
Mm,
is
yeah.
there, and from time to time he does have the power to intervene in some way. Whether that might just be like him just I don't know putting down a crisp and then we're like oh
Yeah.
you know like it's very minimal what I believe an entity at that size could be doing for us, but mainly he would be a big placebo. He,
Yeah.
she, they, them, whatever. Uh, yeah, yeah. Whereas a lot of people tend to think that God can do anything, which uh, sure he can, but
I mean,
it's hard
I
for him to
believe
do.
he can.
Yeah, he can.
I I don't believe he will.
No, exactly. And I think a very good way to like, if you ever want to learn about how I think God works in this world, watch Lucifer. Because like yeah, you're following the devil, which blasphemy or whatever. Sure, whatever. If you want to call that, do that, and then lose this opportunity to learn about your own faith. Uh, but Lucifer, the series, has taught me a lot about what I think about faith, especially because of the idea about hell and heaven. How does hell work? Oh, specifically hell, not so much heaven. How does hell work? Well, you get down there, you get punished. But let's look at punishment. It works very very poorly. Look at America compared to like, let's say any Scandinavian prison system. Uh, they just punish because punishment makes you right. No, we try to educate and reinstate, like put you back into the system as a functioning person. um, and I
Yeah.
think like hell would be more functional like that, and it becomes that in
If
the rest of the
I
series.
if I may play the devil's advocate here,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
um, I would say the point of hell isn't to, reinstate. Like, the point is that whenever this world ends and, all the people who believed in God goes to heaven and all the people who didn't goes to hell, it's like they had their chance. There is
Mm.
like a cutoff date. It's like an offer to
Yeah.
to get HBO Max for, was it 30
Yeah.
DKK a month or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
um, you have until this date to actually believe, and after that, it's just too bad.
You know, I've seen that, but I think I subscribe more to the idea that hell is there to cleanse you of your wrongdoing than it is there to
Hmm.
just like forever punish you for your wrongdoing.
Yeah.
Because I think if in theory God would have put all this up, right? He's the guy that made heaven, hell, earth. It's funny that I put earth below hell there, isn't it? Oof. What does that say about my beliefs? uh, no, heaven, earth, hell. There we go. I think it just went alphabetically. I don't know. Point is, heaven, earth, hell. Um, and like in the series, like hell is in the beginning. I'm gonna give out spoilers because the show ended like more than a year ago now. If you haven't watched it,
Hmm.
your own damn fault. Um, and also spoilers don't matter. Fuck it, it's still a good story. In the end of season 6, a lot of people didn't like season 6. I love season 6 because it ties a lot of loose ends up that didn't have to be tied up, but it's nice. And it changes the meaning of hell. Because hell has been for a long time the place you go to suffer. Because you feel bad, therefore you send yourself to hell. Because, you know, you think you deserve it. Even though you're
Hmm.
saying you might not deserve it. Like there's an entire episode where we just learn about a guy who thinks that he did the right thing. The next episode, we then see him in hell because he still knows what he did was fucking wrong. He knows he did wrong shit. Um, so he's still there in hell. And he keeps seeing this loop of awful shit, torturing himself over and over. And later on, this entire hell thing like changes from this loop of torment to a loop of learning and something. We don't really see an example, I think, but it changes to something where we're supposed to learn from it and grow into something that is better, a better version of ourselves.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure you were thinking, yeah, but if you're only there because you think you're bad, doesn't that mean a lot of people are getting let off the hook? Yeah, that's the kind of bit that I'm not really sure about how should work out. Because that's a big like, what if you're just mental and you're just like, no, I did nothing wrong, I just killed 5 people, they deserved it. They took my binky.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
I mean, that does raise an interesting point because even like, okay, I say psychopath, and I don't mean it in the
No,
pop cultural way, but in the like
this is all.
medical way.
Yeah.
They have basically. I know it's very simplified, but can't feel remorse, right? Um, but that doesn't mean that they don't know that they are breaking the laws of society.
Yes.
So they know it's wrong, they just don't feel it's wrong.
Exactly.
So actually what law is put into action there when they go to heaven or hell? Like, because it just feels like if they literally aren't able to
Feel
discern
bad.
between good and bad,
Yeah.
doesn't that put them at a like massive disadvantage
These are the
right from the
guys
get
that are
go?
being reincarnated all the time. Because they're not feeling good, so they're not going up. They're not feeling bad, they're not going down. They're just staying there.
Yeah.
And then God sitting there with a chart. Well, he killed 5 people. Make him a fucking dung beetle. I don't give a shit. He's not a good guy, clearly. And then another guy who also feels nothing is like, well, he didn't kill anyone. I don't know, make him a cow. Not in India, though. Not in India. Normal cow. So,
Yeah.
Danish cow. They're treated well enough. Like, write it down. It's, yeah. That's the thing. I like the idea of hell being meant to cleanse you rather than just torment you forever.
Yeah.
Because I think if God made it all and he literally just he made it this hard for a lot of people to believe in something and then he punishes them afterwards, I think that's wrong. I think what I can't remember who it was, someone from BBC or whatever, some English cunt, to put it lightly. He's English. Every Englishman's a cunt. um, Once said that he doesn't believe in God. He's an atheist. Um, um, and if God is good, he will not punish him for not having faith, but rather say it's okay because you were good. Uh, and I know there's somewhere in the Bible that says you have to have faith and you have to also be good. But I do believe that he has a point. I think if God is good and is worthy of praise, he would not punish you for that. He might give you a strong, like a good, you scallywag, look at what you did, and here I am. um, but I don't think
But
a good
the
God would
thing
punish
is,
for.
I mean, yeah, you can, from a theological standpoint, no one is good.
Uh,
And I think that's what a lot of people miss.
yeah, sorry, I'm gonna go
Uh,
pee while you're talking. I can still.
yeah, go ahead.
I really need to. Whew. Keep talking.
So, yeah, when Adam and Eve like ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil in paradise, they it's the original sin that all humans have inherited after them, basically.
Yeah.
So we're all evil at the core, and um, I mean, some people even take it to the point where we are not actually capable of doing good of our own volition. It's only through God that we can do good.
I see what you mean.
And thus, when you don't accept God, that leaves you pretty much helpless.
Yeah, then you'd be without the tool you need to, do the job.
Yeah.
In there. If I'm being honest about my opinion there, in their small weird minds, because this is just as I said my opinion. Um,
Mm.
I don't. That was a good piss. Let's go back here with hands in pocket. Sorry. No, I don't. I see where they're coming from, but I also think it's such a narrow-minded, only Christians are right kind of perspective to, set off from.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna walk the journey, this is a very like, yeah, you know what, I started here, and everyone who didn't start here probably wrong. Fuck him. Uh, and then you start walking. Like, uh, and in my experience, first of all, the entire thing about God and the Bible and so on, I do believe there is good in the Bible and definitely good in God. At least I fucking hope so. My faith tells me that is.
Mm.
Um, but I also think that there are 107 ways to enter every problem and come out with the right answer. Some might be faster, some might be more correct, but as long as you get the right answer, that is what matters in the end. You might not get the full, like you might not get A plus plus in the fucking grades chart, but you should probably at least get a B, which is good enough, I'd say. Yeah. Um, do you think like do you believe in that whole like you cannot be good without faith? Wait, what taste? What are you saying, Vixen? They sure don't what? You can start talking. I'll
Yeah.
go back to him whenever you like.
um, hold on, let me just check here, because yeah, I'm just gonna need some power.
Oh no. Unlimited power.
um,
Unless you don't pay the bills.
yeah, I do believe that. The Bible tells me I am incapable of doing any good without the help of God.
So you don't
And
think atheists can do good in the world?
I think they can do good, but, the original sin will always be in. Okay, yeah, I'm capable of doing good, but that doesn't make me good. And it all boils down to that what Christianity really is about is not what you do, but what you believe.
Right. Two things I want to talk about then. I know we're taking above the 21:35
Yeah.
mark now. Are you okay with continuing, or do you want to finish it?
I will say, hold on. Yeah, I got about 20 minutes of power left on my PC.
Okay. Uh,
So that's probably going to be a cutoff
Great.
point
Well, if you're suddenly
at the
gone, I'll
latest.
know why.
Yeah.
I'll set a 15-minute reminder just to try and.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. 15 minutes. Right. So, okay, I'll put two things down in chat now because you mentioned them, and you mentioned the original sin before as well. I get a lot of I do a lot of mental gymnastics because of series and movies and stuff that I watch, because that makes me think. And you recently watched something that I have watched a long time ago and that I told you to watch, and that was Good
Mm.
Omens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that even when we started watching it in the beginning, when we watched episode 1 and 2 or whatever it was, I mentioned how much of this, because you finished it, right?
Yeah, season 1.
Yeah, season
I
one.
don't
Yeah,
know if there
exactly.
are more. Oh.
Not yet. Should be coming one soon.
Mm.
I'm looking forward to it. No, but you finished it. So they all talk about God's grand plan. Clearly, God seemed to have one in the series, at least.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm a little. I gotta admit, I'm a little fussy on the entire fate thing myself. I do believe there is a plan. I don't believe it's, you know, I believe there's an A and B. I don't believe there's a, this is the way you go. It could also be this way, in some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there are certain things that are set, but you can remix it a bit. Um, so the original sin isn't that actually God's plan? If God controls everything, God must have known, at least have had the ability to know, that this was very likely to happen.
Mm.
If
Yeah.
we're going along with the entire good omens God kind of thing, which I think we would kind of have to think that.
Yeah, but also like the God we believe in, I definitely think that he knew this was a possibility.
Hmm.
Um, and what it all boils down to, I guess, is that he gave us free will, and then he does relinquish some control in that. But
Yeah.
but that is a point that many theologists still discuss. Do we have free will, or because somewhere in the Bible it says that you know God is taking home all of the people he has written in the book of life or something,
Hmm.
which I mean to me at least implies that from the beginning of the world he sat down and was like, you're going in the book and not you're going in the book, right? And that's really messing me up, right? Because then does it even matter if I try, if he already has picked? Uh, and a couple of years ago, this caused me a lot of mental, I don't
Strain.
know, strain. Yeah.
Yeah. Problem.
And I mean, ultimately, I just said to myself, I mean, some people might find this stupid, but I said, okay, you're just not meant to understand it. So just stop trying and just believe that God wants what's best for you.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to live by now.
Mm. I think there's a lot of truth to that. Okay. So this is because, as I also talked with Simon about a couple days ago, I call it my Jesus slash Spider-Man complex. Because if you were to look through any, and I'm gonna count this because they don't exist in real life, so I'll call them not as we can touch, feel, sense in any specific way. Maybe feel them, but not really. I'll call them fictional. Um, these are two fictional characters that are the purest in my experience that I've ever heard of. Anything they do seems to be at the upper echelon of goodness, of
Mm,
like they give so much of themselves without asking back, which I'd say that is some of the goodest stuff you can do. That's not perfect grammar, but whatever. That's not what it's about, Toby. Stop talking. No. I don't think I don't think either of them would look at someone and then know that they were tempted by something bad and then blame them or not give them the millionth time, like for the millionth time, the benefit of the doubt. Because I think a good person, because I try to do this for myself. I don't care what happens. I sometimes get screamed at work. I sometimes get blah 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 by customers. I don't get mad. I don't get anything because my first thing is like stop myself, whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm feeling. I stop that right there and I go, yeah, but I would also feel shitty.
mm,
I can't expect someone to act perfectly well because humans are flawed. By design, we are flawed. That's the free will.
yeah.
That's what does to us. We are flawed. That's just how it is. You can talk about why we are flawed, whatever. Doesn't matter. Point is, we're flawed. We are. We want bad shit to happen for some reason. And we really do want it to happen. Cause I will twist anything in my own mind to be something bad. Because why the fuck not? Why couldn't it be? It should be. And I will do anything bad to anyone else just to make my life a little bit better. Because why not? I deserve it, don't I? This is how humans are in general. Well, I'm speaking very broad here, obviously.
Mm,
But this is what you see almost every time. I know a couple of people who are like, they're actually good people, but they will happily lie just because it's a little bit easier.
yeah.
I think that is very wrong to do because lying is the worst sin in my book. Because that leads to so much bad shit. I think if people stop lying, we could be more honest, which could lead to better healthcare, better interactions. If you could just go up to your girlfriend and be like, yeah, I don't know if those pants make you look fat. I just think they make you look gorgeous because that's how I see you right now. You don't have to like go with all the bullshit. I think,
Mm,
and I think that God wouldn't either. I think God would look at it and go, you know what? Yeah, they are flawed, fucking flawed. He probably wouldn't say fucking. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe God, he invented swear words, I guess. So maybe he does throw one out there when he feels like it fits the situation. I don't know. That's not for me to decide. Not for me to know. But he would look at us, I believe, and then go, yeah, they are incredibly flawed. But I made them, and I gave them so many opportunities to be flawed. Yes, they chose that in the beginning themselves. But is that fair that I, for example, look at Toby and Jacob, and then make them pay for the first two humans? Like how many years ago? can they still be like? Is it still fair to do that? No, I don't think it is. And I think if God would think so, I am back to the point of him not being worthy of the amazing praise that I want to give him in some way. Like, cause I don't know.
Mm.
I think if God is good, God is just a stranger on a bus. To bring up that good old song.
Oh man, it's been a while since I heard that.
Right? That
It's
one
a
comes
good
up in
song.
Lucifer. It comes up in Lucifer. I'm just saying. Um, but no, yeah, I think I want to believe in God. I think I want to, like, oftentimes when I am feeling bad, I think it is okay. Why? I am okay with me feeling like complete shit because I am hoping for dear life that this means that because I'm feeling bad, I am taking the load off of someone else. I know I'm not Jesus or anything, or Spider-Man, but I am a human being. I have a footprint and a weight that I can carry sometimes, and
Mm.
I am more than willing to do so. I might not know what's happening right now to anyone else. I just know that I could just as well fucking kill myself right now at this moment. But it's okay that I feel this way because hopefully that means that someone else is not actually gonna do it. Someone else might be feeling the same, but hopefully this means that I'm feeling this way that they are not going to. I'm taking that little bit of load off that they need to just carry on for everyone else's sake. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
Not at all?
But
No.
I mean, it's a beautiful thought. Like,
Yeah. That's just the only way it makes any sense to me. Like, cause I don't know. I don't see
but
why it couldn't
yeah.
be. So yeah. Yeah.
I mean, specifically with yeah, I was talking specifically about the you taking a load of someone else.
Mm.
I don't think there's a finite amount of suffering to
No.
go around in the world. Like it's okay, you got it today, so I take it tomorrow.
No. No. No.
uh, so yeah, that just doesn't make sense to me.
No. It's that's a
And
very abstract thought.
I usually find that suffering breeds more suffering.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, but in response to all the uh, God stuff,
Mm.
let's just call it that.
Yeah.
um, I think, yeah, no, it definitely isn't fair to hold us responsible for what Adam and Eve did.
Mm.
The thing is, he's not, because it's the way I see it is that sin or evil doing or not being good is like a gene for humans. So even though they started it, it doesn't mean we are not at our very core bad.
Mm.
Um, the second thing is, and I feel like people often forget this about God when they talk about him. Like they say, "Oh, God is supposed to be good, but I don't feel like he's good." Um, but what they forget is God isn't just good; He's also just.
Yeah. He's fair.
Um, yeah, and that means He does judge.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, especially if you read the Old Testament, there are some great examples of a more vengeful side of God. Um, thirdly,
Mhm.
I cannot say this enough. Christianity is not about doing good. It's a huge plus, not one that's going to get you into heaven faster or anything, but
That's true.
ultimately it is about believing.
Mhm.
Um, and the Bible talks about believing in a way that it is accepting the Holy Ghost.
Mm.
And it says that that is the only sin uh, God can tolerate or can forgive is
Not having faith.
declining the Holy Ghost,
Mm.
which is to say, not believing.
Mm.
So He will forgive anything as long as you believe or accept His gift. and it doesn't matter when. Like you could be 10 seconds away from dying, but if you truly, lay your heart down in front of him, he will forgive you.
Mm. Yeah.
Is how I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Right. So we're about running out of time now. There's 2 minutes left on the counter, and then another possible 5. Uh, but let's finish it up here. Should we both do final finishing statements or something like that?
Yeah.
Great. Can I go first? Because you
Yeah.
you talked then, and I figured it makes sense. You talked.
Yeah.
If I make finish statement, then you make finish statement. If I talk first, last, then you make finish statement, then I do. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess as a finishing statement, I would say, I guess it's because in some way, as I have often said, I do believe in God and in the Christian way, but that's only because that is how I've come to know God. All in all, I just believe in God. Could be
Mm.
Odin, could be fucking the Christian God, could be Hindu, could be the Force from Star Wars. I don't care. Point is, I believe there's something bigger. I believe this bigger thing is good though. Because if God isn't good, then what is the point? If I can literally look at morals through my lens of what morals are, and go, yeah, but I'm currently winning over whoever I have faith and I believe in, then I believe something is wrong. Then that person or entity should not have this faith from all these people. Then this faith is misplaced in my head. Yeah, I guess that's just my kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep mine short and sweet. Um, I don't think ultimately we are supposed to know these things. Uh, so I really don't bother try to understand them. And I don't know, people might call me narrow-minded or um, I feel like that's a word for it.
Pessimistic.
No, but I can't help but um, compare myself a bit to anti-vaxxers who has this one
Mm.
article that has been proven wrong thousands of times,
Yeah.
but it's the only thing they choose to look at. And I know that's a bad simile
No, but
because I don't
it's
want to compare myself to those, but
no, but
that's how it is. That's
if
how I feel about the Bible,
yeah,
right?
if you're
I
steady
have that, and
going
that's
and
the
annoyingly I know what word you're talking about.
yeah. That's the only thing I need. I don't need any sort of
Mm.
proof or evidence other than what I can find in there.
Mm.
And yeah, people might call me dumb or stupid for it, but I live a happy life for it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's the important thing. Yeah. What's that word? Not obsessive. You are. I'm thinking Danish. I'm just thinking du strid, men that's not it either. It's that's not all it. It's Oh man, I wanna hit that. I wanna hit that word. I'm not gonna hang up until we hit that word. I swear to
no.
God, this stream won't end until we hit that word.
I'll just say my goodbyes now in case
In case you just
you know,
disappear.
it's gone all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
that's fair. Um, stubborn, stubborn.
Stubborn,
That's
yeah,
the word. That's the word.
exactly.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
That's just the most simple word.
That's the thing. It's such an odd word. I was like, I know what this word is. I say this every time about myself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but yeah, because I'm kind of the same. I've become more of the same again. Because I had a long time where I was like, no, everyone has a good point, and I still think everyone has a good point. I just think you should
Exactly.
also be stubborn
Or at
about your
least,
own point.
yeah.
Make your own
I
truth.
mean, and just because I'm stubborn about my point doesn't mean I can't respect someone else's point. I mean,
Exactly.
that's the important thing.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah. Yeah.
we don't need to hate each other because
No.
we believe different things.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's where it ends. It's all love. And it's all just us trying to put some meaning into whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
Finding our way in this mess. So, talked about a lot
Yeah.
of stuff. We've talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mainly
I was
focused
just
about
thinking,
religion,
I I'm gonna find a real happy topic for next week because I feel like for the
Yeah.
past 2 or 3 weeks we've been going kind of deep.
It's been a bit heavy, but I don't know. I like deep though, but like something
Yeah,
lighter might be
it's
good.
good.
Something lighter might be
Yeah,
good. Yeah, that's a fair point. Mario
I
Kart.
feel like it can definitely be jarring coming here for the first time and just hear people talk openly about
Most certainly.
suicide and mental issues and whatnot.
Most certainly.
But
But I think that's our
you got to
charm.
be honest about that
Yeah.
stuff.
I think that's our
It
charm
really
in some way.
helps.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's I know there's certainly other places also do it, but I think it's kind of
Mm,
great that we do it. And I think it's great that we do it online too. Just like just in case the one person that needs to see it comes by.
yeah.
You never know. You never know. Right. We need to
Is
get a
anyone
sign off. There's no one in chat right
we
now.
need
If
to
anyone is in the
yeah
chats, please tell us now,
yeah
like right now. We might have to give them a couple of minutes because they might be on a bit of a
mm,
delay. But
yeah yeah we do need to sign out.
we do need to sign off. Yeah, yeah. Probably work on that.
But I'm thinking I kind of like that it has taken a therapeutic spin
Yeah.
for us.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think it would be cool if it was something we actually return to each week. Just checking up and
That could be
being
good. We
like,
could just
yeah,
start off the thing like instead of just going straight into the task, we could just start off with
yeah,
so
do a little vibe check
yeah,
first.
like how's your mental health? Have you
Yeah,
like made the nut yet, or is it just me? Because I mean, I've had a great hang and beam, right? Like,
yeah. I don't have any beams here. I'm kind
no.
of bummed about that, but I do have a terrace outside.
That is
But
true. Yeah.
that that would also be the first thing my downstairs neighbor sees when she comes out the door. Then,
Huh. That's an
which isn't
interesting.
great.
Yeah, like he's putting up some Halloween decorations here with the
Yeah.
hanging legs there from the. Yeah, I mean, all I have is technically a what's that called? The thing you put up like close your windows. The like
Curtain?
curtains. Thank you. Yeah, I've got the curtain rail here. That's all.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Not really. I'm telling you, I do have a thing over
Probably,
there, but it's not gonna hold either.
yeah.
I think the curtain rail is the best bet. Let's not talk about that now.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, we
And
could
on a
start.
happy note.
No, exactly. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Happy note. This was a great show. Rebel Force Radio is a great podcast for Star Wars. Mandalorian, if you're into that, is banging, which you aren't. Do you
Yeah.
have another 3 good notes? We should probably. Okay, I have an idea. Okay, let's just put this on there. I have an idea. We start off just checking the like how are you doing? What's been happening this week?
Mm,
Right? Like anything you
yeah.
could mention at all with your mental health and just like in general. And then after that, we're talking blah blah blah. And then when we end, we just like 3 happy things, all both of us, to like finish off this thing with like 3 happy notes. Doesn't have to be from the show. Doesn't have to like just any 3 happy notes you can come up with.
Can I yes and
Sure.
uh we do the vibe check first?
Uh huh.
Great, love it.
Uh huh.
Uh in the end we do one happy thing,
Mm-hmm.
one huh thing, and one I don't know.
Yeah, because the thing is, I was thinking it'd probably be best to edit on a lighter note,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean my huh thing was more like
Yeah, like a
I
surprise
don't
thing.
know,
Like,
did you
oh,
know frogs mate 6 times a day or whatever?
exactly.
I don't know if they do that. I'm
No,
sorry
but
to any frogs watching. I didn't mean to call you out.
some sort of expert out there going, "That's lie." No, yeah, no, yeah, sure. We could definitely do like let's do those two then. Maybe we'll find a third thing. I really like threes. Like I
Yeah,
even eat
yeah.
Threscallions and I like threes. You know, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. Uh,
No, the Trinity.
yeah, I like threes. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, but yeah, for now I'll just give 3 happy things then.
Okay.
You can just get that frog fact for free.
I think that'll be my ha.
Yeah. uh, 3 happy things. What's good? Geez, it's not good that I don't know what's good.
No, you should be able
Oh,
to.
yo, you know what?
Yeah.
It was 12 degrees at its warmest today in Silkeborg, which is great. Love it. Spring is here.
Yeah. To stay.
Hopefully, I mean, it might just be another fall spring, but no, we're ending on a happy note.
Yes.
Sorry.
Happy note.
I am taking a break from my studies with a sick leave, and that means I'll start writing on my new podcast this weekend. Yeah. And you know, Brøndby made the championship playoffs in football. So
That's a bad thing.
you know who didn't make the playoffs?
No, I don't. We don't need to talk about that.
No.
We're into this in a happy note, aren't we? But I have an idea. It rhymes with Shitland. Why did I call them that? That was really a bad way to rhyme from my own team. Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, when they deserve it, they deserve it.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair enough. I can't argue with that. So, yeah, it's been fun. I was so happy we had so many in the chat. Honestly, another happy thing right there. So happy,
It
right?
was great, really. Yeah.
Amazing, beyond belief. We'll see you next week, hopefully. If there's anyone watching now, I hope there's gonna be someone next week. I loved having Bixen, Breckham, Hind, and Ignis here. It was amazing. Even though
Yeah.
like
Honestly, it makes it way more fun doing this. We
so
have
much.
someone to interact with.
Yeah. Like even though like it was very small stuff. It wasn't even like on point. But as we said, this is a show where we go off topic all the time. That's the point. We just talk about stuff. We're here to have fun.
Yeah.
My God,
Exactly.
I'm getting so many messages about cocaine. It's great. I'm joking. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Whoa, no, people coming through. No, never mind. We're ending this. It has been a pleasure. I will stop the stream now. Thank you for being here. Love all of you. All right.
See ya.
Ha y Arlen.